Hello Gun Nation, Big Johnson coming at you. Alright, what we're going to talk about is the CZ P-09 versus the CZ P-07. Might be kind of an interesting video. You know, I get asked this a lot. Which one would you rather have? The P-09, the P-07, you know, da-da-da-da-da, why, and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to go over it. I figured that would be a good thing for a video since I've had so many questions on it. Rather than answering them every single time, I figured I would just say where I am and why. But here you go. So just so you know, this is my P-07. It's a custom P-07, so it's not a stock. Now just to let you know, the trigger, the springs, everything in it is stock, just not the look of the gun. So it does have custom stippling, you know, Cerakote, does have the primary machine comp. This is the full-size comp, has the hollow sun, and it's been milled for it. Does have different base plates, but y'all know the standard base plates. So I'm just going to kind of get into it. Then we've got the P-09. P-09 is custom also, and I have two P-07s and two P-09s. So these are just the custom versions. This P-09 has, you know, custom stippling, custom Cerakote, you know, been milled for a Delta Point Pro, does have the stock trigger, the stock springs, everything in it is stock. You know, got the base plates, different ones. So these are unloaded. We'll show you real quick. We'll go ahead and verify that one is clear. We'll take out the mag on this one. This one is clear, so you're all good there. All right, now, also, just so you know, here's a Harry's Holsters P-09 holster. Okay, check this out. And it is, you know, cut for the optic cut like what he does. Here's the P-09 we just spoke about. Goes in fine. And I have carried this one before also. Here's the P-07 with the comp in a P-09 holster. I have carried this one many times. Fits in there fine. So there you go with that. If you're interested in the Harry's holster, I will put the link below. You can use my discount code. It's Big Johnson, capital B, capital J, all smashed together. That'll save you 10% off any holster. So, and I do carry both of these at the appendix, so if you're curious. And this is the upgraded steel clip, which is awesome. It's a discreet carry clip, and the claw, and the wedge, and I love it. So, there you go. I'll leave the link and everything below. Alright, now back to the P-07. What can you do with this one? Well, what you can do is you can put a full-size P-09 mag with the shield arms +5 in it, and you can shoot it just like that. However, you cannot put a P-07 mag in a P-09. It won't catch. I'm sure y'all know that also. What are the likes and the dislikes? The likes about this one is I can get a full-size grip on it. You know, it's got the factory undercut. There's been no undercut done on this. Both of these pistols were done by Slide Work Engineering, and all of the framework and stippling was done by Warpath Frameworks on both of these pistols. So if you're curious about that, I've got videos on it. You can go and check them out. This one, the P-09, you can get a full-size grip on it. I can, and I've got XXL hands if you're curious. All right, here's the P-07. Okay, my hands hang off. The only way I carry the P-07 for myself is with a mag extension. The CZ+2 works great. Just the little plastic base plate, it works really good for my hands. Now the shield arms +5s work really well. Look how much grip that gives me, extra length. Now you'll notice here it's not perfectly, you know, mated up. But when you put both hands on there, when I put both hands on, the whole grip is covered. I mean, the whole mag well. So, just to give you an idea, on the P-09, when I put the shield arms +5, there's that. Then when I put the grip on, I still have a ton hanging off the bottom, almost the whole mag. So there's the benefit of that. This gives you maximum capacity, you know, even with the +5 extension. Normally it's 19 rounds. So there's that, and there's your mag. Also, This is a dual cut P10F mag. So this is the newer mags. I don't even know if they make the old single cuts anymore. This mag will also fit in my P10F or P10C just perfectly. There you go. All right, on this one, this is the older mag, and I've got, no, this is the newer one. It does have the dual cuts also, so this will fit in the P10C and work just fine because of the dual cuts. But which one do I like carrying the most out of these two? These two right here, honestly, it's going to be the P-07. I can carry this one no problem. It doesn't bother me, but I actually prefer to carry the P-07 more. Why is that? Well, on this one I have the hollow sun, and I don't know how well you can see it. It might not even show up in the camera. Probably won't. Yeah, there it is. That's actually the 32 MOA ring by itself. Here is the Delta Point Pro. There's the dot. Works fine. This is the 3, I think it's the 3.25, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know which one it is, to be honest with you. It's the standard one, the dot, not the triangle. The Delta Point Pro is okay. It's a little, it's just a little big. And I mean, I really love the SRO. I would say, I much prefer the SRO over the Delta Point Pro. And I've carried the SRO. This one's a little different, I guess, because it kind of comes out, if that makes any sense. It's kind of, you know, but the SRO is rounded too. But the SRO is a little more comfortable to carry than the Delta Point Pro, just for me. This sight works fine, but it does wash out in really, really bright sunlight where the SRO doesn't. So there's that. Hollow sun, I've had absolutely no problems with any of my hollow suns, and I think that I have 8 or 9 of them now. These are the 507Cs, the original ones, and I don't have any issues with them. As far as the comp, I really do like this. I've got videos of this shooting. This is kind of a tabletop. I've got plenty of videos with this, me shooting this, and this thing is flat as all get out. Super, super flat. Now what you're going to find when you first pick up a P-07 and you just dry fire it. Now this one is really, really worn, but when you normally dry fire one, and again, this is clear, but when you normally dry fire one, you know, the trigger in the shop is not that great. It's kind of crunchy. It's kind of nasty. This one is actually pretty dang smooth just because I've shot it so much, but it is not a great trigger. I mean, I'm not going to say it's fantastic. See, there's your take up, then your pull, kind of heavy. However, when you're in single action, this is like, I think it's like a 3 pound, like 3 pounds, 4 ounces. I've got videos where I'm showing me trigger gauge it. You know, there's your take up, you hit the wall, and then here's your break. So it's actually a really good trigger. And just so you know, these are both Omega triggers. So they're both exactly the same triggers. You can actually make it lighter by putting a hammer spring in it. If you choose to do that, I seem to shoot these fine. You know, the benefits of these also is you can have a safety on them or the decocker, whichever you choose. But you know, you can rack it and then you can decock it, and it puts it into basically a decocked position. So you can see that. So then you have a shorter pull for your first shot if you choose to do that. I prefer to carry these in the decocked position. It's just easier for me to carry, and that's one less thing to remember. And the reason I carry decockers is on a regular 1911, you actually have a really good safety where you could use it as a thumb rest. On this one, there's really nothing there. So that's why I choose to do the decocker personally. But yes, if I have to choose one to carry, I'm choosing the P-07. For competition, the P-09, just because it's larger, it's a little, you know, better to grip, I guess, you know, for like a long competition. However, I could shoot the P-07 probably the same, you know, even during competition. Now, which one do I shoot better? I've had people ask me that. Believe it or not, I actually shoot the P-07 a little bit better. Not massively better, but I shoot it a little bit better. So I don't know why. I just do. So for me, out of these two, if I had to absolutely choose one for everything, knowing that I could run a full mag, you know, because you can shoot it like that. It's not as comfortable, you know, because my hand would actually ride the mag for me. For you, it probably wouldn't. Or you could put this in there and it would be fine, and you could still have a longer grip. So I think the kind of do-it-all gun between these two is the P-07, honestly. And that's going to be kind of weird, and a lot of people are going to be like, what? But my choice would be the P-07. I'd love to hear your comments below. And again, I will leave the link for the Harry's holsters below if you're interested. But I appreciate y'all so much. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Check me out on Instagram. And remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.